think what they should do is pretty much what banks are doing now with their portfolios, right? Is they're looking at their portfolios, and so the borrowers should, if they own rental properties or they're mid construction or mid rehab on a fix and flip property, they should really take a hard look of what they own and what they have to really make sure that they know exactly what they have and that it's actually broken down into some form of a spreadsheet or systematic kind of thing that they look at to manage that. I think they really need to manage what they have. They need to make sure that they understand, when leases expire, if renters are asking for abatement, are you really working that, manage that? Or if you're working with property managers, are you talking to your property managers on an ongoing basis to kind of check and make sure that rents are being paid, that the project or that the facility is being managed and maintained? I mean, really trying to manage and work on the stuff that they currently have now.
Right.
And then if they do come across a deal or an opportunity in the next 30 to 45 days, kind of the same thing of looking and seeing what you have, make sure you really have people in your corner. And I think people are other investors, a financial advisor, and a lender like myself, and a realtor that they trust.
Yeah.
Kind of say, all right, here's the deal. Well, here's the stuff in my portfolio. I want you to give me a true, honest assessment of what you think these values are today and what they might be, and then do a 20% pro forma decrease and just kind of a stabilized, maybe just as is pro forma as well. So you have a worst case scenario and a current scenario. Really manage that.
So you're talking about doing a financial statement or a financial picture in time and projecting forward in a good way and a bad way.
Yeah.
So that you're able to anticipate when it comes, it's not a surprise to you.
That's exactly right. Right.
That's some fantastic insight, Joe, because then as things start to unfold, you have a plan if it goes this way.
Yep.
You have a plan if it goes that way.
Right.
And you can see how you're going down one of two paths. Because I know if we look back at 08, and everybody keeps comparing this to 08, and we know that this is not even close to the same as 08.
Big difference.
But the thing is, 08 was a lot like the Titanic. Everybody was listening to music and watching the band play and having cocktails until she slid right under the water.
Right.
Yet what you're saying is to be proactive and know where your water level is, where is it time to get out. If it dips below this point, if it heads this direction, my realtor's already up on it. I already know that I can get away from this before.
Right.
Joe, that's some fantastic information. And that's, I think, something that I want my listeners to take away is that doing a maybe even just a biannually assessment of what you have and how what you have is performing, because I know a lot of times we don't look at how what we did performed until we've sold it or until it's over with. And then we look at what we could have corrected, maybe doing some interpretation of that financial picture in the interim is a good thing.
Yeah.
Joe, one last thing I want to...
If I can add one more thing too, Shannon,
go ahead.
To that. And so as you do that assessment, and I appreciate you, Dave, basically saying exactly that. The last thing I think people should try to do if they can is revisit their credit opportunities with their bankers. If it's, home equity lines of credit, if it's, any kind of credit capacity that they have access to, and then B, try to gather and try to retain and try to get as much cash as they can.